are leaving Springfield, Missouri on our way to Kansas. Ultimately, we're going to be in the middle of Kansas, but tonight we're going to stop off in the Kansas City suburb and try to stay with my cousin for a night. But it's an extremely narrow street with a really tiny driveway. The driveway is only 50 feet long, and I mean, we're more than that already. And I looked at the Google Maps, and I give it maybe a 50-50 chance that I can back into that driveway. So if we can't fit in there, we'll have to find an RV park for the night. Well, I don't see a sign, but Google just said, "Welcome to Kansas." So, goodbye, Missouri. Hello, Kansas. All right, we're at my cousin's block, and as you can see, this is not exactly an RV-friendly neighborhood. It's so narrow, this road. So, Auntie's house is right up here. Oh my gosh, and it's on a big hill too. Oh, here's what we have to contend with, and unfortunately there's a car parked right on the other side of the street here, which is right in my way. So we'll see. Well, we got the Airstream in there, and actually it wasn't that hard, despite the narrow street and this car parked right here. And we had a nice visit with my cousin Alyssa, who I haven't seen in 9 years. But now it's on to Salina, Kansas, for our next stop, just for a few days. But this was our first inaugural driveway boondocking experience, and so it was nice. All right. Take note of this picture, because as you can hear in a little bit, this was an expensive photograph. Now we're leaving the Kansas City area and heading west into all the way through Kansas, where there's just nothing apparently.
Yeah, we broke it up though, so hopefully it'll be doable.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Fort Collins by next weekend. So we have a couple of stops on the way.
Yeah, that was nice.
Sit. Even Logan's sad.
I know. This is how we feel right now, if you listen.
So we just, yeah. No, Daddy's not happy. Daddy's sad. We just ran into our first major setback, or I don't know, issue or gut-wrenching, whatever the heck, on this adventure.
We shoulda, coulda, what if, why did we do that kind of moment.
Yeah, so, and it's all my fault. We're at my cousin's house in suburban Kansas. We just stayed the night and parked in our driveway. And then we wanted to take a family picture just before we left. So we had the trailer and everything hooked up. We go in her front yard. She sets her phone up on the bed of the truck to get a photo of us, but it's not, you know, it's not lined rightly. I mean, we're missing part of the people, so we had to adjust the phone. So I stuck my wallet behind her phone to just kind of lift it up a little bit. Took the family picture, and then obviously you know what's gonna happen here. My cousin takes her phone, shows me the picture. I forget about the wallet, and we drive off with our Airstream until we get onto I-70 going west. And there's a toll booth. I'm like, oh, toll booth, gotta get my money out.
No wallet.
No wallet. All my credit cards, driver's license, Yeah, look,
Yeah,
Logan's so upset about it.
We're really upset.
Everything. And
Okay,
what makes it
baby,
even more difficult is now, you know, when you're on the road, I don't have just an address now to just send everything to. So they're gonna send all the new credit cards and everything to probably my parents, maybe in San Diego, and not having to get FedEx somewhere else, wherever we are. Or it's just a real pain. And
Our license.
the driver's license, I got to go figure that out yet.
Yeah.
We canceled the credit cards already, but
The one good thing is, well, I have duplicates of our account, so I was able to call and get all of his credit cards canceled. And so it's not the end of the world. It's just a real bummer. I mean, it could have been worse. We could have like lost a phone or a car broke down or whatever. So it's not the end of the world. But
oh, and the money at it. I don't know, 100 or 200 bucks in cash maybe, or
yeah.
so. Boo.
Yeah.
Look, Logan's really upset about it. You can hear him. He's just heartbroken.
Yes, that's how we feel.
All right.
That's that.
All right, we are here in bustling Salina, Kansas. It's a regular metropolis over here. We're gonna stay at a KOA here for a few days on our way west. Not much of anything here, but this is where we are. Yeah.
There's a reindeer.
Where's there a reindeer? I think they're checking in. We have to wait. And now I need to dig out the printer and mail a form to Texas with proof of residency while I'm here in Kansas, and some other hullabaloo, and hopefully get them to send me a license, which I don't know where they're going to be willing to send it to.
I need to go.
So, yes. Proof of residency for Texas. Dinner time, come on. But there's always a new day, so we move on. And this KOA has a playground and a big jumping pad, so the kids love it and they move on as well. Alright, so as the parent of a 1- and 3-year-old, I like to think that I'm becoming quite the connoisseur of playgrounds. And here is your typical slide in a community that probably has a lot of lawyers, like the East and West Coast. But in a place like Salina, Kansas, where we are now, and there's not a lot of lawyers, that's your non-lawyer slide right here. I mean, look at this. I mean,
This is like the death trap slide of mankind.
Look at the little
Lip, and look how high it is. It's like,
so.
okay, go.
This thing's awesome though. I'm a big fan of the non-lawyer slide.
No, come on. Logan can't do it.
All right, I'm gonna
Did
do it.
Livia do it before?
Come on, let's go.
Logan, come here, baby.
Don't move. I'm doing a slide. Get out of my way. I don't care your shoes. You said you didn't want your shoes. Get up there. Come on, let's go. Steepest ladder I've ever seen. Tiny little platform, and then an almost straight down start at the top.
All right, so I'm up here with Logan because I'm carrying him from like.
All right, see what Logan decided to come up to. Look how steep this thing starts.
This is like the craziest slide ever.
You ready for it,
Logan,
Chop?
not for you. And
Let's try not to
Mommy's
break our legs here. Oh.
John. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That thing's awesome. We only stayed in Salina for a few days, and that's cotton, by the way, about as abundant as the mosquitoes were. But then time to hit the road and head west and see more beautiful flat land, more flat land. It's pretty flat out there. It's pretty monotonous, you know. But, oh my God, there's a hill! There's a hill right there! Oh my God, we haven't seen a hill in so long. Look at it, it's beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. That's so interesting. Look, windmills on hills. Windmills and hill. Oh, back to flat land. Oh, flat land, flat land. And we made it to Joaquine, where we stayed for a couple of days, and it's a very small town, you know, kind of an empty RV park that we were at. Not much there, but all joking aside, you know, there is a certain beauty and peacefulness to the American plains, and I can certainly appreciate it. You know, I mean, it does get monotonous, but it is nice to see and take in just at least once. That just about wraps up our Kansas. Well, we still have 200 miles more to go, but we just left Waukene, Kansas, and Colorado is our next stop, finally. And Kansas, the highlight of Kansas was really Kansas City suburbs, seeing my cousin, I think, which also had the lowest point for me, which is losing my wallet. But then we stopped in Salina, in the middle of Kansas, and then Waukene, in the middle of Kansas. Okay, pork chop. And yeah, there's not much around there. I mean, there's, you know, I didn't really get out. I worked the whole time, and the only interesting things I'll say is like driving through here. I mean, the landscape is pretty monotonous, but it is cool to see it at least a little bit. To see the wavy grass, like the Great Plains from like Dances with Wolves, and you know, that aspect of it's neat. But you know, that's done, and let's see the mountains now. But oh, there's some horses down there. Jess?
Outside of your highs and lows, which I agree with, I think my low is getting bitten by mosquitoes, and you know, I mean, for me, it stays with me for like weeks, so it's not good. And then the highs, well, one high for us was the train ride in Abilene. We really enjoyed that. The kids like that a lot. Yeah, we enjoyed. Yes, actually, thank you, Livia. That's Livia's ad. There were lots of games in the KOA cafe, and we played lots of games with happy, right? So Livia liked that a lot. So, and the historic time of Abilene, like I said, was my highlight.
And look, to defend Kansas a bit, the mosquitoes weren't a Kansas thing. It was specific to the one RV park we went to that had a lot of standing water around. Because you traveled around that town and there wasn't a lot of mosquitoes. It was just that one spot. Enough for you to get eaten alive.
Okay, Olivia, what do you want to say?
What do you want to add?
What do you want to add?
Swimming.
We went swimming, yes.
Yes. Anything else? Yes,
In the
we
park.
did go to the park. Okay.
Anything else?
Anything else? And what happened to the lion? Yeah, the poor lion in the zoo passed away, so that's what Livia was sad about.
Yeah.
And we saw the
Giraffes,
giraffes.
yes.
Yeah, we did see the giraffes. Those are good. Wow. The choo-choo train.
Yes.
Yes, that was nice. Very nice. And bye-bye, Kansas.
Bye-bye, Kansas.
Bye, Kansas.
Hello, big mountains of Colorado. Yay!
All right.
Bye-bye.